All right, folks. So here we are. It has been a remarkable 25th season for the Patriot Football League. We are on game day. We're on the big day of the year. This is for the Patriot Football Trophy, the Stars and Stripes Trophy. This is the 25th ball, and remarkable. Again, every time I play the Patriot Football League, I'm always surprised. This saw, let's see, two wild cards win against better teams to get into the championship. The Coolers at 2-3 won their semifinal to get here. The Northborough Tigers at 2-3 beat the San Francisco Miners to get here. Both these teams 3-3 in the champion. So one of them will be a winner at 4-3. One of them will be a loser at 3-4. So fascinating, and it could cost the Tigers money to lose. The Coolers won't cost them anything whether they lose, except for the $1 million bonus for being in the the champions. This was one of the most remarkable seasons. It was one of the lowest scoring seasons in our history. London, who was undefeated in the regular season, had the best offense at 132 points in 5 games, or 119 in 5 divided by 5. London was averaging 23.8 points a game. And that is probably the lowest season leader in our history. However, we have a lot of history. We have 24 years to look back on. But the reality is, this was one hell of a season. London, under new ownership, the Mason Machine sold, relocated to London. London went 5-0. London defeated the Columbia Coolers in the regular season handedly, 31-17. Where are they at? That's the wrong one. London defeated the Coolers 27-20 in a close game in the icebox. But that made Columbia 2-3 going into the playoffs, and London undefeated and looking at maybe a championship in their debut in London. However, rematch, as Columbia, thanks to tiebreakers, had to go to London. Columbia put up the best defense of performance they could have and held London to only 13 points, 10 points shy of their average. Columbia squeezed out 16 thanks to their star place kicker Klein, who they drafted last year, was a star. He retained his star, and this year really was their offense. Klein kicked 3 field goals in that game to win 16-13. What was most important in the semifinal against London is Kingfisher, who had a propensity to turn the ball over, especially interceptions. The last 2 weeks did not throw an interception. Kingfisher righted the ship, the rookie. Kingfisher finished the season with 7 touchdown passes and 10 turnovers. 1 was a fumble and 9 interceptions. So here's a rookie that was feast or famine, quite literally, either touchdowns or interceptions. However, the last 2 weeks, including the game against London, no turnovers, and that's the difference. Columbia's defense wasn't exposed. Columbia ended up with one of the better defenses in the league, giving up only 16.3 points a game. Columbia scored 16.3 points a game, gave up 15 points a game, equal to Northborough, who gave up 15 points a game. However, the Tigers only score 15.6 points a game. So the difference between these two teams is 0.7, 1.3 points per game on offense. They're exactly the same. They were both rendered 91 points on defense. Both these teams got here by holding their opponents in the playoffs up to under 17 points, under 14 points. Columbia beats London in London 16-13, and the Northborough Tigers beat San Fran for the second time this year, but this time they beat them 10-3. The first game they destroyed San Francisco 37-7. So I suspected that MBT would upset the 3-2 for Miners, and they did indeed. The last meeting between these two teams was week 1 of this season, and MBT won in their house 14-10. Kingfisher, as I said, had 7 touchdowns, 10 turnovers. The top offensive player outside of their place kicker Klein was their star wide receiver Swanson. Caught 6 of those 7 touchdown passes from Kingfisher. So they're split in, had a hell of a season. The best receiver in the league, and he proved it. If Kingfisher could have righted the ship on some of those, Swanson might have had a record-breaking year. This defense collected 15 sacks in 6 games, and that may not sound like a lot, but that's pretty epic. We don't see a lot of sacks. That's almost, let's see here, that would be just shy of 3 a game. Not just shy, a little bit shy of 3 a game. Their rookie linebacker Keens had 4 fumble recoveries and 3 sacks on the season, so they had a really strong rookie class. They defeated London 16-13 to get here, right? That's the cooler story on the year. It really is, as far as narrative, there's not a lot to talk about except how 2 teams that were really not very good. I mean, 2 and 3, they weren't horrible, but let's face it, 2 losing teams in the playoffs, 2 wild cards, end up in the championship. And ironically, 2 of the better teams in the league's history. The Cougars have 6 titles in their history. The Tigers have 4 titles in their history. Most importantly, the Tigers have won 2 titles in the last 7 seasons. So the Tigers have been one of the better teams in the league, and they have a chance now to pick up one against the Cougars. All right, in the last meeting, I already said here, MBT beat the Cougars in Week 1, 14-10. Over the course of since '37, since I returned to the Patriot Football League, the MBT are 5-3 against the Cougars in the last 8 games, and the MBT are outscoring the Cougars in those games 20 points to 16 points. I don't believe we're going to see a 20-point score today. We have a 16-point team and a 15-point team and 2 15-point defenses. Whoever wins this game is probably going to be based on 17-14, something like that. Because, again, the best place kicker in the league is on the Cougars, and if it comes down to place kickers, Cougars are going to win this game. Arrington, their star quarterback, had a rough season. Only 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. However, their halfback Wright had 5 rushing touchdowns. Again, as I said, this is one of the lowest scoring seasons in our history. But they had 2 DBs collect over 3 interceptions each. Colburn, a rookie with 4 interceptions on the season, got 2 in the San Francisco playoff game. They picked off one of the best young quarterbacks in football twice. And Webster got an interception in that game as well. He had 3 on the season, 2-year vet. They defeated San Fran 37-7 in the regular season. They beat them again in their house 10-3 to get here. And this ought to be a fascinating game. Again, going to be a low-scoring affair here. The MBT, and I'm using Football Time, which is going to be the game engine I use for probably the remainder of the history. I'm going to use my possession-based quick play. It's possession-based, but also has a quick play feature. I'm going to use my flagship football title, career football title. My flagship football game is Field General Football, Flash Football. However, I want to play games with a more abstract style, and I like the games to be resolved fairly quickly. I love the abstraction of rolling for scores and stuff, and then having to make sense with charts of how that happened. All right, so Northborough is going to come in here. So Northborough is going to come in here with a C offense versus Columbia's C defense. So the hometown team, C versus C is C. So MBT is going to be C. Columbia has a B offense versus A defense. This is not going to be good. D. So Columbia will be D in this game. So, folks, this is going to be, as I said, whoever wins this game will probably be a low-scoring affair. All right, here we go. The MBT get the ball first. Oh, wait a second. I'm going to grab some dice. Hang in there. I know this is always fun for people to abandon the camera. Hold on. I want 3 6-sided dice for the scoring table. There we go. There is that. So the free version of this book that I just put out, the 2025 edition, I removed the Big Country scoring paradigm. However, I love it. I invented it for my thing, so I use it. But I figured the average consumer, won't use it. And I also took out the player paradigm for career mode that's in this book is not in the 2025 edition. Again, 2 things I think most consumers won't. It's probably too abstract for them, and they won't use them. So I took them out, but they're in my book, my personal. This is my personal 200-page 8-game beast here. All right, So here we go. This will be this potential scoring die. This will be how they score. All right, MBT get the ball first by luxury of the hometown team. Good luck to both owners. Columbia Cougars are coached by Armin Ruiz. He is an offensive coach, which means he has an A when he's building his offense. He has a D when he's building his defense. He currently features the best receiver in football, and he has the best linebacking core in football. He has a rookie Kingfisher who, as I said before, has had one of the worst seasons. But the last 2 weeks, he cleaned up his mess and looks pretty good. On the bench, they have Webb. They have Newman, who's solid, Robles and Jones, and Swanson, Belcher, and Wilkes. The defense has Victor, a very good rookie defensive end who had 3 sacks this year. Tapper and Potter. Tapper had 2 sacks. Potter had a sack. Traber, a star linebacker who was once a league MVP, so he is a true superstar. Welch and Keynes, a rookie linebacker who led this team in fumble recoveries and also had 3 sacks. Welps, Riley, and Oscar, rookie DB. Welps is a veteran, Riley solid, and Oscar's their rookie on defense. So Northborough features a star quarterback, Arrington, who had a rough year, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. A good halfback who had 5 touchdowns. Richards, a fullback. Kipling, Charleston, and Kravitz are the wide receivers. They have a star at every unit. They have Walters, star nose tackle. They have Beathard, star middle linebacker. And they have Colburn, a rookie star who had 4 interceptions and led the league. These are really 2 defensive teams when it comes down to it. All right, we're looking at C. Yep, sure enough, it's going to be a turnover. And that turnover is going to be, let's roll this die. That turnover is going to be 4. 4 is a fumble lost. So who fumbles the ball for these guys? That's going to be Arrington, the quarterback, fumbles the ball away. Arrington, fumble lost. Who recovers it for this Columbia team? It's going to be Potter, the defensive nose tackle, is going to recover this. And right there, folks, the fans go bananas as they can't believe their hometown quarterback, their star, coughed up the ball. Might have been a sack. Again, I don't have a way of determining that yet. I may make another chart like this for what defenses do to cause fumbles, etc. But that would be way down the road. All right, here we go. Columbia Cougars get a turnover. It's a chance for them to win their 7th title in their 25-year history. And you know there's going to be a lot of people rooting against the Cougars. They're probably like the Cowboys, you know, many love them, many hate them. 3 on D is going to be a punt, but they're not with a rookie quarterback going to be able to get anything going. They punt the ball. So nothing comes of that turnover. You would have thought that would have been a chance for Klein to kick a field goal, but it didn't happen. Wow, and they're going to hold Northborough C. They're going to hold Northborough to a missed field goal. Remember I said field goal win this game. Canisi, their star. They also have a star place kicker, by the way. Canisi with a missed field goal in the first, and Columbia takes over with a chance to score first in the championship. 3, it's going to be another punt for the Columbia Cougars. I said defense rules. It has been a low-scoring season. And, folks, wow, you know what? Had they scored on 3, that would have been one of the rare touchdown pick sixes, scoop and score, or kick, punt, return. So had they scored on a missed field goal, I would have had to note that as a score on a blocked field goal. Right? Had Columbia scored on that roll for a touchdown on 3, would have given me the chance to make that a blocked field goal for a touchdown, which would have been epic. Epic. All right, going into the second quarter, 0-0. Northborough fans getting nervous. They want to see their star quarterback light up this Columbia defense. And there it is. 6 on C is a touchdown. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. 5 is running back takes the handoff and runs for a touchdown. So the running back gets a handoff, tears up the gut, and it's going to be the guy. As I said before, going into this game, Wright is the better back in this game. Run TD, PAT, and the Northborough Tigers take an early 7-0 lead in the second quarter. 2, oh man, this defense is killing Columbia. 2 is a turnover on downs. TOD, who makes the stop for the Northborough Tigers? 5, guess who? Colburn, their superstar rookie linebacker, rookie DB, with a big pass defender. So you can imagine they threw the pass out to Jones out of the backfield, or maybe over to Swanson, and Colburn, the rookie star on rookie receiver, broke it up, and the crowd goes but nuts. So they went for it. They must have been in the red zone maybe. Northborough with a chance to extend their lead. 3 on C is punt. Northborough can't muster anything on this defense. This is it. Final 2-minute drive before halftime speeches will occur. Maybe some of these guys don't deliver speeches, but I think they might. This is a championship. Columbia with a chance to tie it before the half. And no, Columbia's going to turn it over on downs again. So they're going for it for some reason. They're getting down there in no man's land where they can't make it with Klein, but got to go for it. 4. The stop is by 1, 2, 3 for Beathard, their star middle linebacker. Beathard steps up and makes a huge stop on 4th down. Maybe a run up the gut for Newman or Robles, and he buries him. We're going into the half, folks, in a 7-0 game by the Northborough Tigers. Remember, the Northborough Tigers have had the top defense in football the last 4 or 5 years. They've also won 2 titles in the last 4 years. So Northborough basically is the dominant defensive team in football in the last 5 years. And boy, they are doing it now. They're holding Columbia with a rookie quarterback to no points. Is that a surprise to hear? I don't think so. But especially one who's thrown 9 interceptions and fumbled the ball away. Columbia gets the ball coming out. Armin Ruiz, who is an offensive coach. He's an AD, but his team right now is BC. Armin Ruiz, is scribbling on the chalkboard in front of Kingfisher at halftime, maybe overwhelming the kid with what he needs to do to get this team back into the game. And we're going to open up with a kickoff return, and let's see if Kingfisher can drive them down and make this interesting. 4, it's going to be a punt. No, he's going to have to punt the ball away, and Armin Ruiz pulling his hair out with his rookie quarterback. Northborough, 1 turnover. Fortunately, for the Columbia Coolers, their defense is going to step up and get another fumble. This one, the fullback Richards. No, excuse me. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Charleston, their flanker. So it was a catch. Fumble lost. It was a catch across the middle. He got popped by Oscar, the rookie safety, and that makes complete sense. Recovers the fumble. And the Columbia Coolers fans watching on TV, the few that have made the trip to the MBT for away tickets and listening on the radio, erupt when they hear that there is a fumble recovery. Now they need to see this rookie tie the game. No, this rookie Tio turnover on downs. They keep getting it into no man's land. Too close to punt, too far to kick the field goal, and they keep going for it. And unfortunately, they do not get it. Who makes the stop? Oh, it's going to be their other superstar DB, Webster. So another batted pass. DBs have broken up 2 of the rookie quarterback's passes. Colburn broke up a pass. Webster's breaking up a pass. And we're seeing how the rookie just can't thread the needle. However, this guy has thrown a lot of bombs for touchdowns to Swanson. So at any moment, they could strike. All right, the final drive of the 3rd quarter, the MBT holding on to a 7-point lead, 7-0 at the end of the 3rd. Can Northborough, one more score, and I think Northborough wins this game. No! Northborough's going to miss another field goal. Holy cow, their stud, Kanisi. So they drive down, and he misses another field goal. Folks, it is 7-0 entering the 4th quarter, and the Columbia fans on the edge of their seats at home because they realize if they score one more time, game may be over. Okay, Columbia starts the 4th with a rookie quarterback. Let's see what he does. Actually, maybe I should narratively have Ruiz bench Webb. Let's roll. Going into the 4th, Kingfisher's not turned it over, but he's not gotten the deal done. He's played the whole season. He's had 10 turnovers and only 7 scores. 6 of those scores were thrown deep to Swanson. I'm going to roll. So 1 or a 2 on this D6. Armin Ruiz will sub the backup quarterback in for the 4th quarter. No, he goes with the kid. I've got guts. Guts. Yeah, I got to have guts. I have faith that my rookie quarterback is going to find a way. All right, we only have 2 possessions left for Columbia. They got to score on one of them just to tie it. And they have to stop the MBT on both of them. Here we go. Can this kid get a touchdown in the 4th quarter to tie this game up? 4. Damn, it's going to be a punt. He drives down, and they have to settle for a punt, pinning Northborough deep. Northborough just needs 1 score, and they will seal this deal. I just need a 4, 5, or 6 from Northborough, and this game is over. It will be anticlimactic. 5, touchdown, nope, field goal. So Kanisi finally lines it up and bangs through a game-winning field goal. The Columbia Coolers now, all they can do is have pride and try to score late, and to know they're going to end up with a turnover on downs. They drive down again. The rookie kid can't convert, and Webster's going to break up another big pass on 4th and long. You can imagine they were 3rd and long situations, then 4th and long situations. They throw the ball out there, and the defensive backs, the 2-star defensive backs, when I went over this, I pointed out that Northborough has the 2 best DBs, one a rookie, 4 interceptions, the other Webster, and Webster has broken up 2 4th down passes, and Colburn a 3rd. So the rookie QB outdone by the 2-star DBs, but they haven't been able to pick him off. So this could be his 3rd straight game he doesn't throw an interception. Northborough with the final drive of the game. This is on the ice to wrap it up. They're celebrating in front of their hometown fans. All they got to do is eat the clock. Let's see what happens. And they're going to score again. So they drive down, and while the crowd is celebrating, Kanisi squeezes off another field goal to make sure there is no doubt in anyone's mind that Northborough is a champ for the 3rd time in 5 years, and they're going to be a champ for the 5th time in their history, closing the gap on the Columbia Coolers. Holy cow, 2 field goals in the 4th. Columbia shutout. Folks, this will be the first time we've seen a shutout in a championship. 13-0. Columbia falls to 3-4. Won't lose money in a medium stadium. Won't make any money on the championship, but will make $3 million a year based on Dell Branham's passionate owner score of B, parlaying that into $3 million a year. So he's going to make back some money. The MBT will go to 4-3. They're going to win $2 million, $1 million for being a champion and being a winner in a small stadium. So they're going to win $2 million this year, and they need it. They only have $5 million in the bank. Congratulations, the MBT with their 3rd title in 5 years, and the MBT winning their 5th title in their history, closing in on Columbia's 6. Unbelievable. I said before, this was going to be a defensive game, and my God, was it ever. The MBT hold on, and we see possibly the greatest defensive performance in bowl history, shutting out the opponent. Hard to say the greatest, because there have been better offenses beaten in championships. Shutting out a rookie quarterback who struggled all year, probably not a lot to boast about. But anytime you win with defense, and the NBT's won 3 titles in their history. 4. Their first 2 titles were all defense, and then these last 2 titles. So they won 4 of their titles in their 4 of their 5 titles in their history have all been based on unbelievable defenses. The NBT kind of felt like the Pittsburgh Steelers of our maybe the Chicago Bears, except they've been able to win championships. The Bears, although they have great defenses, only won a couple of championships in the history. Unbelievable. There it is, folks. 4-3. Congratulations. The NBT are the 25th season champs. This was our celebratory anniversary season for our longtime Patriot Football League. I am thrilled, loving it. And again, I've made the decision that I will be using some version of the Big Country Football Time games. Remember, I've got a couple of different versions. The latest version is available free in the 2025 edition. The scoring charts are a little different in that. I adjusted the income in the new book, so you're not making as much money. The owners don't make as much money annually, so it just tightens up the money deal. Also change the scoring charts and remove some stuff from. So this book is the this version is still available for purchase. It's just not available in the coil bound. It is available in the paperback and the hardback. These versions of the games are still available to purchase. And then the big new 2025 edition, available free, is already out there. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody have a wonderful week and a glorious holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Goodbye.